In a recent interview with Cape Talk, the Rise Mzansi Western Cape Premier candidate Atkolile Notwala said that law enforcement in the city of Cape Town and the Western Cape is wasteful expenditure, essentially saying that we need to defund the police, which is a wild opinion to have considering that Cape Town is one of the most dangerous cities in the world. If anything, we need more police officers, not less.
55 murders in the city of Cape Town every single day, a 500 million rand budget for LEAP officers, many of that going to the salaries of law enforcement. Where does Rise Mzansi stand on the conversation around devolving national police competencies into local government so that we have a closer focus on crime?
It is wasteful expenditure, the money that has been spent on law enforcement in the city of Cape Town, in the Western Cape province.
He also went on to say that law enforcement brutalizes black and colored people, which is kind of ironic considering that most, if not all, law enforcement officers are young colored and black men and women. This was said after party leader Songezo Zibi had to cancel a planned event in Mitchell's Plain on the 8th of April due to ongoing gun violence. So Rise Mzansi is too scared to go to some neighborhoods in the Western Cape, but they want less police patrolling these very same neighborhoods. On top of this, Rise Mzansi has been cozying up with Gun Free South Africa, which is a foreign-funded NGO that aims to disarm lawful gun owners in South Africa. So Rise Mzansi doesn't want residents of the Western Cape armed to defend themselves, and they also want to decrease the number of police in the province. So apart from gangsters and criminals, who exactly is asking for these sort of soft on crime stances? We live in the most violent, non-war-torn country on the planet. Rise Mzansi is trying to fill a gap in the political market that doesn't exist. No one asked for them. No one wants Rise Mzansi. They are not an organic movement. They only exist because Rebecca Oppenheimer gave Songezo Zibi a blank check. For those who don't know, Rise Mzansi has declared 15 million rands of cash donations, the entirety of which came from Rebecca Oppenheimer of the famous Oppenheimer family. And although they said that this 15 million is the only cash that they have received, it's clear to anyone who has worked in election campaigning in South Africa before that Rise Mzansi actually spent probably between 70 to 100 million, which is an insane amount of money for a party that hasn't received a single vote. This sort of money is on par with what the DA and the EFF spend, and they are the second and third biggest political parties in South Africa. Some people may look at all the Rise Mzansi posters and the events that they host and say, wow, you know what, they're so good at mobilizing people, they're so good at building party structures. But they're actually not. They just have infinite money in a country where most people have nothing. A good example of Rise Mzansi buying their relevance is a recent debate on News 24, which involved the ANC, the DA, IFP, Action SA, and Rise Mzansi. That's a bit of an odd combination of parties, considering that 4 of those parties received hundreds of thousands, millions, and tens of millions of votes in the last 2021 local government election, and they are sharing a stage with Rise Mzansi, who has received 0 votes and who seemingly came out of nowhere. It's almost as if their rich, powerful funders are using their influence in the media to make it seem as if Rise Mzansi is as popular as bigger, more established parties who have real constituencies and real support bases. Rise Mzansi has neither, because, as I said before, no one asked for this party. No one wants their policies. They're just a bag of Oppenheimer money dressed up as a political party.